bold-faced lying to you because you know and I know nothing is better. Nothing in my life is more profitable, more lucrative, more financially better off than it was before Joe Biden took office, right? The U.S. economy is slowing down as consumer spending loses steam, and the holiday season may have been its last hurrah. At least that's what Wells Fargo is saying, and I agree with them. Right. The U.S. economy is set to cool considerably in the coming months as rampant spending by consumers comes to an end. Of course, it's going to come to an end. At some point, all the credit cards are going to be maxed out. At some point, all the savings are going to be gone. At some point, inflation is going to take over the fact that you can no longer keep up with your lifestyle. Yeah, those in charge, those in the White House, those who want you to believe that everything is awesome, like the Lego song would have you believe, are lying to you, bold-faced lying to you because you know and I know nothing is better. Nothing in my life is more profitable, more lucrative, more financially better off than it was before Joe Biden took office, right? Senior global market strategist at Wells Fargo said that retail spending is likely to slow over the course of 2024 as job markets ease and layoffs start to rise, which is one of the consequences that Jerome Powell said when he started raising rates. There will be pain. He said that, right? We do expect unemployment to go up. And the reason that the unemployment numbers haven't been showing that yet is when someone's getting laid off from their full-time job, they're having to take 2 or 3 other part-time jobs to make up for the full-time job that they've just lost. That's why we're not seeing that in the unemployment numbers yet, because first off, they're making up the unemployment numbers. They're making up the jobs numbers. Every time they release a jobs number, they release a revision to prior months, which is almost in line with the rise in the current month. So basically, it's a net zero every single month at this point, right? Consumer spending helped to lower the economic engine. I should say, consumer spending helped power the economic engine for most of 2023, even as shoppers battled high inflation and interest rates. A recent government report showed that the economy grew 3.3% in the fourth quarter, fueled in part by solid consumer spending. Do you know why the math works on that? Do you know why the economy grew at 3.3%? It's because every freaking thing costs more. Everything costs more. The way the economy grows is additional spending. So I know I'm spending a hell of a lot more than 3.3% than I was a year ago in the fourth quarter. But overall, everybody's spending more, and collectively it's gone up 3.3%. The report also shows that households were drawing down their cash reserves. Personal savings fell from $850 billion to $819 billion at the end of the year, and the personal savings rate is down to 4%. It appears consumers continue to be increasingly willing to tap into their savings or borrow more to support spending levels. It's unlikely to be sustainable as savings and lending are finite and should not be able to prop up the consumer in perpetuity. Right? It's not like the government who can just print money. It's not like the government who can just raise their debt ceiling constantly. At some point, people will run out of savings. At some point, people will completely max out their credit cards. And at some point, you will subscribe by hitting the subscribe button down below. And at the end of the third quarter, the U.S. household debt reached a record high of $17.3 trillion, according to the data published by the Federal Reserve Bank. That included $1.08 trillion in credit card debt, the highest level ever recorded. They want to tell you that the economy is doing awesome. They want to tell you that, people are so excited to go out and spend money. That's why they're racking up credit card debt. But the truth is they have to rack up the credit card debt. They have to tap in their personal savings just to maintain the lifestyle that they had before. I'm so passionate about this because I'm living through it, and so are you. Well, inflation's fallen considerably from the peak of 9.1% since January 2021. Prices across everything are up 17%. When you compound all of the inflation that we've seen going up, it's not 3.4% that the government wants to tell you. Inflation has come down so much. Stop complaining. Inflation's way down. No, it was up 3, and then 6, and then 9, and then another 3, and then another 9. And then whatever the case is, we're at a total of 17.6% higher than it was just 3 years ago. 3 years ago. This is why people are outraged, because they remember what things cost 3 years ago. and they're looking at it today. I was talking about toothpaste to my kids this morning. I was like, this bottle of toothpaste costs $7. $7 for toothpaste. I remember that was $3, maybe even $2.50. $7 for toothpaste? Are you kidding? High inflation has created severe financial pressures for most U.S. households. Food prices are up 33%. Shelter's up 18%. And energy is up 32%. There is no place to hide when it comes to inflation. So let's take a look at what the markets are doing out there. Let's take a look at the S&P 500. We just got a buy signal a couple days ago, actually, January 25th. And if you had been following these signal returns using Outlier, you would have a 110.54% return, which is tremendous, right? So if you want to get your hands on some of these tremendous AI stock trading signals, be sure to head to ovtlyrdeal.com to get your hands on it for one low price for lifetime access to Outlier. Now let's take a look at what the internet's saying about this, right? Under President Biden, the inflation is falling and economy is growing from the middle out and bottom up. Oh boy, anytime the White House puts out anything, you just know it's just a sack full of lies, right? UPS just laid off 12,000 people after they gave all the raises, so they were all making like $179,000 a year or whatever. UPS just laid off 12,000 drivers. Many companies are laying off. Bidenomics is a complete failure. I didn't know opposite day fell on a Tuesday. Let's keep on going here. It really is lie after lie with this administration. Yes, of course, one thing after another. They do not want you to know just how bad the economy is. But do click one of these two videos. YouTube thinks you're going to love to watch more, and I'll see you on the next Outlier Live.